In this video, we're talking about how to take your lettering from this to something that has a little bit more style. So let's go ahead and get started. All you'll need is a pencil, an eraser, and a pen. The first step is writing your word at the top of the page in your basic style. So you'll already know what this is for you, just write it in your basic style, and I would recommend doing it in a pen. Then we're going to go back and rewrite it underneath with a pencil. Just going to do a pencil sketch of just the bones of the letters, trying to make it match what I have above. So pause the video and come back when you are ready. Next, I'm going to go letter by letter and make just a small change to each. So each letter can be broken down into two pieces just to make this a little bit less overwhelming. So let's start with the T. So for the T, we have this main stem, and then we also have this straight crossbar. So one thing we could do is, instead of making a crossbar straight, we can add a little bit of wave to it. So I'm just going to extend that line out this way and curve that up. It's a pretty simple change we can make. I could also, instead of having a straight stem here, I could make this T be more of a loop like that. Now let's move on to the H. So the H has this upper loop here, which I think I want to leave how it is. If anything, maybe I can make it just a little bit wider that way. And as you're going, you can erase the old parts if you have a new idea like that. That's why we want to do this in pencil. We also have this piece of the H, which one thing I could see is that I can bring this part down. So if you're having any trouble figuring out what the different parts of the letters are, we have a resource called Letter Logic, and I'll put it up on the screen right here as I do my A to figure out what the different pieces are. So for example, for the A, we have this oval, and then we also have this underturn piece. So something that we could change about this oval is, instead of making it a closed oval, we can open it up by starting it further to the right over there. Like this, make it open, and then maybe that stem can be a little bit shorter. For the N, we can copy what we did for the H here and bring that piece down a little bit. The K is a really good letter to add some variation to it as well. So let's start with the orange piece, which is the ascending stem loop. We can extend this loop back that way, like this. And then instead of making this part straight, maybe I want it to be a loop. So let's erase that and add a little loop right there, okay? Now for the S, I like this style, but maybe instead of making so many loops like that, I just want to make it look a little bit more casual and just kind of do an S like that bonus one that finishes off like that, okay? So it would be really overwhelming, I think, to just create this from scratch, but going off of the basics and then just making small changes with pencil makes it a lot easier to create a whole new look. So then the next step is just making sure that everything looks how you want it. I think my T and my H maybe look a little too close together. And maybe I can bring this part of the A down just like I did for my H and my N. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So the last step is inking. So I'm gonna grab my pen and first just go over the bones of the letters with my pen. Once it's had a chance to dry, I will go back and erase my pencil. Now we're going to change this to make it look like calligraphy. So we're doing faux calligraphy here. If you haven't taken our free faux calligraphy course, the quick version is to make this look like calligraphy up here, we want to add some thickness. So we want to add in some shading. And the areas that you want to add the shading are on downstrokes. So you can figure out where a downstroke is by hovering over the letter. So here I'm going up, 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 up. Here I start going downward. So anywhere that we come down, we're just going to add a line that's parallel to the one you've already made, trying to be consistent on all of our downstrokes, and then at the end you can go back and fill it in. And there we have it, two completely different styles of the word thanks. So of course there are so many different ways that you can recreate your word in different styles, and we would challenge you to take a word, maybe your name, and do the same exercise. Start with the basics, make something new, and please share your progress with us so that we can see your hard work. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want more information and tutorials about lettering and calligraphy.